Welcome to the Group Home Riches Podcast. If you have the desire to be your own boss, create your own schedule, and become financially free while at the same time helping people in need, then you've come to the right place. At GroupHomeRiches.com, we teach people exactly like yourself how to get started in the group home business. And on this podcast, you're going to hear their stories firsthand.
Hey,
Hello. Hey.
how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Excellent.
Hello.
That is so Danielle, Jesse, do we have Parker as well?
He should be here in a couple minutes, so we told him we'll just get started. He'll just kind of sneak in here in a minute. And
Cool. So it sounds like you guys are rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Almost. At least with the marketing stuff, you're rocking and rolling.
yeah, I mean, actually, with so yeah, we had a in-person last week, and then that's where we connected with a place. They actually do, what is it, stipend?
Yeah. So the place that we connected with was the Minnesota was called the Recovery Gym. And what they do is they are an IOP program with lodging, so intensive outpatient with lodging. But one thing that they do is what a lot of programs used to do before the whole Evergreen New Way debacle is they would cover it through stipend. So what will happen here is and the nice news is I'm a chemical health assessor, so I can make a lot of referrals to places, including this place. So what I kind of hope this turns into in some degree is I'm going to refer clients there because they're a good program, but I hope that kind of keeps us on the forefront of their mind, because if we get their clients are paid for.
Beautiful.
So through stipend, which means they don't have to come with the funds on their own. So it makes it really easy for them to get into a sober house and pay for it, at least for the first few months. And obviously, as time rolls on, they're expected to get better, go out and find jobs. And then they kind of have a spend down program where the longer they're in, the less of the stipend they get each month. But for the first 3 months, I believe it starts out at $550. Now, like I said, as time rolls on, they'll pay less and less. But like I said, the idea is for these clients also to go out and get jobs so they can pay for it on their own. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hoping to have a really good relationship with these people, and also kind of find the other programs that are still doing it, because I mean that's essentially guaranteed money.
And it looks like these guys provide housing as well.
So
That's the point.
which one are you on right here?
I think I'm on
Are you on Minnesota Recovery?
yeah,
That's actually, we're meeting with them at the end of the month. So the one we just did is called the Recovery Gym.
yeah.
So yeah, so they don't actually, they don't have housing themselves. They just refer out.
Okay. Maybe it's like a partnership or something, but it's kind of to the point. That's why you do just want to talk with everybody, take every meeting, kind of feel people out, because even organization, because on their website it says that they do have housing, but
Right.
But that's what they mean, though.
Yeah.
they're
I
clear,
think,
this. Some people would think of this as like, oh, they're competition, I'm not going to speak with them. But
right.
it's clearly like they wanted to speak with you, and they're looking to fill in the gaps if there are any.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they were actually, they actually had said they're very excited that we are like coming on board with them, because they said that actually there's a lot of people right now that won't even accept the stipend. So
They say the stipend is too low.
right, but for us, but it fell right into what we're asking. So it actually did work out really well, because they've even said they had people, they had someone just come in that day looking for housing, and So basically, you know, then they said, all right, well, just let us know when you guys have your house.
Beautiful. This is what it's all
Yeah,
about. So
right.
maybe they're not providing the housing. Maybe they would just like list your website on the website.
Right. They just referred to us. Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
They even said they work with a lot of different providers.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, beautiful. So you guys had the Zoom meeting with this place and the in-person meeting just recently.
Right. And that, yep. So that was recovery gym. And then the one, um, what was the other one? I said the Minnesota Recovery
Connection.
Connection.
Yes.
That one's, that's the other one that we have one coming up, another in person, where
Okay.
they invited us to come in and tour. And I mean, you know, so we had the phone call already. And, so they just said, yeah, this is usually, you know, the next step. We like to kind of just show our place around, and then, you know, we look forward to partnering up with you guys. So very positive language, even on the phone call we had. So
Yeah, you got it sounds like you're getting the hang of it for sure. You're comfortable speaking with the organizations on the Zoom meetings and everything.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think that we're doing pretty good with that.
Perfect.
Not an issue for us.
Yeah, especially with the background and everything, and even without the background, most of the people
Right.
in the industry are just super easy to speak with, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I've found like everyone, at least, you know, even if we hit someone that doesn't do referrals for housing, you know, everyone's been easy to talk to about. It's not like a sales pitch or something where they hang up on you and don't want anything to do with you. So it's
Exactly.
right.
If anything, it's almost like you're getting sold sometimes.
Yeah. Well, right. Well, yeah. So that actually even um, brings me to what we did last week, a real estate networking event. Just, you know, to kind of go out there, get an idea of what to expect when we, you know, I mean, as we are kind of looking for now, we were going to go the rental where we would find somebody with the house and rent from them. And at this networking event, I mean, we actually found the majority of the other people there were exactly that. They were landlords, and, you know, we didn't really want to deal much with the properties anymore. So they were, you know, the overall consensus was, I mean, it was just very positive, with people really liking the idea. We didn't really run into too many people that seemed hesitant, and those that were, I guess we just repitched it to them with emphasizing, you know, the fact they're not ultimately dealing with the property. And, you know, overcame most of their reservations. We then also, though, ended up speaking with another guy who he actually has the investors. So he was asking, you know, if we want to actually go into the ownership and what would prevent us from doing that. So because then, yeah, they give the capital towards the house, and so that's another one we ended up setting a meeting for on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday.
Yeah, well, I had a couple questions for that. I'm not going to be available, but Terrence will be. So
Okay.
if we want to do like what we call the investor pitch, we could do that on Wednesday. So
Okay.
let's just a quick recap. How many like total meetings have you guys had like with referral sources?
4.
4? Okay. Are you feeling confident do you feel ready to get a property now?
I mean, I'm thinking like after this one coming up on the 30th, then I am definitely feeling confident too. I mean, even now I feel pretty good about it.
More confident than I did, you know, last time you asked that question. So yeah, I think we could start looking at giving it a crack here.
Cool. Again, no right or wrong answer. It's totally just depends on on confidence level, risk tolerance, and
Right,
obviously the more connections you make like this,
right.
the more confidence you're gonna have. So it's no right or wrong answer there. I just wanted to get your guys's
Well, I feel more confident now that I know there are places out there that are still kind of willing to offer that stipend and things like that. So the more we can find like that, the better. So yeah, what we'll be doing next Wednesday or this upcoming Wednesday as well, it is, after that, I think we can, maybe look to set up a couple more meetings with some treatment centers and just keep trying to find the places that do still participate in that practice of offering a stipend.
yes.
But what something tells me, and something what I had to think about when people at the recovery gym said there are sober houses that simply just don't won't work with them because their rate is too what they pay is too low, which tells me that there are people that are still very much using the sober houses and even charging more and getting that amount of money.
Yeah,
Because if
it's a
if the
sober.
if the market was hurting, I don't think places would be turning the recovery gym down because after all, who's going to turn down guaranteed cash? I mean, that's what you want is to know that that would be the ideal is to be working with a bunch of places that you knew at the end of the day you were going to get the money and it was backed by the treatment provider.
Yeah, with the sober living niche, it can be like it could definitely be one of the kind of cash cow niches and demographics. It's just a little bit more, it's a little more short term. It's a little more people that you're going to be dealing with. But yeah, when Andy had a sober living home, rocking and rolling, and out in Texas, there's just a lot more moving parts, and it was bunk beds. So they had it was like 4 beds per room, and
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah, people were paying like $700 or $800 per bed.
Wow.
I don't know that I want to do 4 beds a room. I I because
That's
I
the
think
Yeah, that's
I
the
think
thing. It's just
reputation wise, I would rather not be known as a place that just kinds of crams everybody in.
Yeah, totally get that. But it's just kind of to your point where yeah, in the market, the a lot of the places probably might not be enough money for them.
Right,
Right.
right.
I don't feel that. Yeah, I wonder what these places are getting from people if 550 is enough. I mean, it seems kind of a little greedy though, because I couldn't imagine people are paying 900 $1,000 to share a room. So I do kind of wonder what other places are getting. But I mean, we're in an economy right now where housing isn't cheap and people are, they're kind of being forced in these situations, especially if you're somebody that's, kind of putting your life back together. You've got a couple dings from the criminal justice system. It makes it hard for you to rent. You know, I think, if you're a sober house that's willing to kind of work with people a little bit and maybe not charge to the roof, you're going to do better business. I think you're going to
Yeah.
do better volume.
It at the end of the day, it comes down to kind of how you guys want to manage it and everything and who you want to take in. This was basically this was basically like almost like a not a frat house because it's not like they were partying or anything like that, but Andy had a operational manager that was living at this property, and it was just a bunch of young guys kind of all going through the same stuff, and they were paying like $700 or $800 per bed in
Wow.
That's
in these
crazy.
in these bunk beds.
Oh, that's
And they're
crazy.
all,
Wow.
they were all working their programs together, getting sober. It was kind of
Right.
like a family environment, and it was much shorter term. So it was a lot of people in and out. The
Oh,
operational
right.
manager did have to live on site, but a lot more moving parts, more people to manage. But it was just an absolute cash cow once he had it set up.
So did he get it initially set up with the operational manager, or did he add that in, um, like
This
a little down the
this would have
road,
been
or?
one of his rental properties, and he kind of created a partnership with the operational manager,
Okay. Oh, okay.
and then once he was trained up and had the connections in place, which it was a lot of it was like connections with hospitals is where they kind of targeted. Uh,
Ah,
but yeah, it's basically the same process. Even though Andy had properties and has properties, he still follows the same process that you guys are going through.
right,
He's not gonna like there's never an empty group home like this that's all furnished and everything like that. They're gonna get the connections and the wait list in place before they get things rocking and rolling.
right. Mm.
Um, but all right, cool. So really, so I just wanted just the goal at this point was to just get you guys comfortable with the process, speaking with these organizations, um, confident, which it seems like that's definitely accomplished at this point.
Right, yeah,
Right.
definitely.
I mean, speaking with the organizations deal was never going to be a concern of mine.
Yeah,
But then, but me even not knowing it, like I said, I'm getting, much more comfortable. I mean, I've set up a couple of them myself. Um, so I am getting definitely where, I would be able to handle them too. So yeah.
cool. So let's go over the next steps. I absolutely love that you guys went to that you went to a real estate meetup. Did
I
you
am too, because that's actually helped me with confidence about this whole project.
do you
Because
so I tell all of our coaching clients, all of the done with you clients, I tell even the coaches like Terrence, Eric, and Jade, I hammer everybody. All
Yeah.
the webinars, go to these real estate meetups. Do you guys now understand why I do that?
Oh yeah.
oh, right, because the connections are huge.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, and it also what it showed me was is that there are people outside of the recovery world that have some interest, which is important because, I mean, I always kind of consider recovery world somewhat of a land of, misfit toys. They all have very different ideas from, what the outside world's looking at. But even when the outside world says, yeah, that's a great idea, then it plays even more into the part of, okay, this is a very workable idea.
I remember this would have been like over 10 years ago. I was at a real estate meetup and I didn't even know what the guy was talking about at this point, but he pitched it and it wasn't a good pitch and the investors basically laughed him out of the room.
Huh.
Um,
Well,
it's not like that now. So
no.
investors are getting there's a little bit more education out there about it. It's not like it's definitely not saturated. Like if you were to look up Airbnb investing, we would have thousands of pages and
Oh,
gurus, like
right.
literally thousands of gurus, teaching this stuff. I bring this up because these are two really known uh, real estate investor influencers or whatever you want to call it, and they're starting to talk about it. It's called
Okay.
Did
co-living.
that say Billy Ocean?
Blue Ocean.
Oh, Blue.
New
I'm
blue.
like,
Yeah,
Billy Ocean became a real estate
Okay.
investor, huh?
I'm not sure. I know these guys from just like real estate investing stuff, and they're
Okay.
starting to talk about it. So if you go to also on Bigger Pockets, these are not bad stuff to start listening to, by the way, just for the future. In the future, you're
Sure.
gonna want to kind of think of yourselves as real estate investors, I think.
Right. Yeah.
Um, we found this one guy. this person. They're not doing 4 rentals. We were on a webinar, podcast interview, and found this. And they're talking about, same thing, like co-living, or it was like
Oh, yeah.
assisted living or something like that on this one. So 4 rentals. Normally 4 rentals would be like $800 a month for the traditional route.
Sorry.
But yes, investors are getting, they're more open to it. They're starting to, we're starting to see things on YouTube. People are talking about it. And even if they've never heard of it, you know, you really do. If you guys kind of, handle your role, and, you partner with somebody or rent from them and pay a little bit above market rent and don't call them, you're solving all of their problems. So normally those talks also go really, really well, as long as you're confident and kind of know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
agree.
back?
Well, and I was going to say too, I think even initially going into I had been to some of those real estate things in the past, but doing that, and it'd been quite a few years, I kind of did expect, okay, this, even though we kind of know what to say and how to present it, we're, probably going to not come out of there necessarily being our first time doing it with this business concept with the interest, but at least it's a good way to, kind of hone our pitch. But like I said, and ultimately the majority of the people that, I think we're in there, we're actually very interested in it.
Yeah.
I would agree.
The last one that I went to, I went to a big one in Dallas like last year, and I had a line of people just
Oh, wow.
listening to me talk. They were all just like super interested. I've never spoken with a real estate investor and at least, not gotten them at least, curious about it and interested in it.
Right. Wow.
Um, so continue to do that if we are going to go the rental route. But tell me about the meeting on Wednesday.
Okay. So yeah, that is with uh the company where he actually when he heard, what we were doing, came over and approached us, and he's like, oh, okay, well, why do you guys want to rent? Don't you want to own the house? And
Hmm.
we said, well, yeah, that'd be great eventually. But he's like, well, what's preventing you? Is it capital? We were like, well, yeah, the down payment, if we're going into this as a business, we have to come up with a 20% down payment. And so yeah, that's a big part of it. And then he said, well, I actually work, my whole company is, we're investors that look for properties, to go and purchase for things like this, where they know, like, they consider it, guaranteed income. And so basically with this one though, they add you onto the loan, and then after, so much time, you buy them out, or just go to refinance, and then they make money off the equity.
Hmm.
But like I said, he was hard pitching it to us. I mean, that's what showed me too. Like he right away like really liked this concept, and we at the time were still kind of like, oh yeah, but we're not looking to buy, so probably not you right now. But he's like, no, 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 this is, we really like this idea, so you guys should listen to what our program is. Um, and he, in fact, had known there was a woman there that's currently owns a fourplex, and she does just want to get rid of it. So he wants to kind of like facilitate this meeting Wednesday with her, in mind, with her place, as a possibility that if we do, like the program, that that might be a house we could get into pretty fast.
Okay. Um, Terrence has a good question. Like, is it Did he talk about the details of the loan or what the program is?
Somewhat, but not much. I think that's more Wednesday. What he wanted to do is really go over, like, yeah, what their company's about, how they set it up. And then also they wanted to hear more, about the group home business, and what we would be doing.
Okay. Is what's the benefit of working with him instead of just, going through a bank?
Well, like I said,
they
because
can come up with the down
they
payment.
they would cover the down payment.
So they loan 100%.
Well,
That's
that's
what we're gonna
right.
find out.
Right. We're not sure. See, and I'm not sure. Like I said, they put themselves on the loan,
Mm-hmm.
but he said it's a tiered system where as far as the equity, like they go down, like it's set up in a, like you guys are up here, we're down here. So when we go and you refinance, you take us off, and then we get that percentage of the equity. So like I said, about all, we didn't get super, super detailed yet, just because, we were talking with
Are they properties that need
other
rehab?
people as well. So, what? I don't know that. Did he say specifically if they had to be rehab?
No.
So I'm not thinking it's like a straight, like, hard money where, yeah, it has to be a that type of, like, a hard money loan, but I didn't get that impression. So,
Yeah, because that would actually be a terrible idea if we had.
oh
to do
yeah,
that.
right.
So yeah, I mean, it sounds cool. I guess the advantage is that they loan 100%. You'll have some
Possibly,
ownership.
right,
The
right,
only thing like I would be super curious about it, and you know um reserved about or suspicious of is, like, how high is the interest rate?
right. Yeah,
How much
Well, yeah, and that will.
how much equity are they going to take?
right. Yeah,
Residents.
definitely. I mean, yeah, definitely, a lot more questions we'll have for them Wednesday, and before we even decide if that is the route to go right now versus just sticking with the rental for now.
Did it seem like he was selling you the loan, or was he like really curious about the business and like he's looking for?
He really was curious about the business, actually.
Uh,
I mean, that's he came over and just, yeah, was really, like, asking quite a few questions about it, and um so I think he was just trying to see, like, if this was something that they would have, like, any interest, or if they do feel like, if, hey, you guys will, we don't have to worry that, you won't be making the money. So, but yeah, so I think it did more. He started with just more asking us the questions and very interested on the group home process and how, we set it up.
yeah, I mean, it definitely it sounds interesting for sure.
Right.
Um, would you want Terrence on that call on Wednesday, or
Yeah,
yeah?
Yeah, I think it would be good to have him on the call, because just to, if, with if he's got more questions about, since we might not, like, have the best or all the answers necessarily on
right.
pitching since we haven't had it set up and running yet. Just, it might be good to have somebody that's actually done it. Yeah, just for some backup if there's stuff we don't know.
If the guy is out there like looking to partner with like businesses like this, and that's his business model, I think it's very cool. And then
Yeah,
the advantage would obviously be, um, you get to have some kind of ownership in the property. You don't need to come up with like 20% down. Uh,
right,
just depends on like how much equity is he going to take and everything like that. If it's if he's just a loan origination guy or like a hard money lender, then I would say
right. And like
I
I said,
would,
I
Yeah.
don't. I mean,
I
yeah,
don't think that's what he is.
no, because
yeah.
I'm familiar with hard money loans, and I'm like, no, he didn't pitch any of the details. That's what it came out as all,
All right.
or at all. So
Okay, cool. Then if it's like that type of potential partnership, then definitely let's get Terrence on there. And same as the organization meetings. He'll lead it. He could do all the talking if you want, but we always encourage you guys to get in there
Right.
and speak.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
All right. All right, let's go over. Well, before we go over like the next steps and stuff that you guys could do you have any questions for me? Or
No.
I don't
you wanted
think
to
so.
touch on?
I mean, yeah, because we were looking, I guess, well, I guess it's like right there too, because I know we were gonna look up the documents, or, that you guys use for like applications. We did have like the one company ask if we'll have the application on the website, but yeah, I think you were saying or maybe it was Terrence, but to, maybe not have it directly on the website, but send them a link to you know, to that company specifically or whatever.
Yes. What's your website again?
Clear Skies Living.
Awesome.
Like that?
Yeah, let me see. Clear Sky. Yep.
Yeah. Well, no, this is kind of what most people do is that this is the quote unquote application.
Oh, I see. So they would just do them. Okay.
Yeah. And then
So
you're
it's
gonna
like,
go,
You look at the website?
no, I have it. I mean, I didn't know if they wanted more
Oh,
detailed, but yeah.
you can get, this is just how Andy does it. It's how most people do it. Just keep it nice and easy. You can have
Okay.
you could create an application if you wanted to, but we want to make it just real easy for people, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, then are you guys familiar with the license agreement?
I've looked at it in the past, I know, but yeah, I'd have to
You
go
know
through
what
it again.
know what it is, right?
Yeah, yeah, with the tenant, you're saying for the like specifically their agreement with us, or
Yep. So you could go
okay,
over
so yeah.
you could go over this with the contacts. You can tweak this as well. So
Okay.
uh it's basically the house rules and legalese.
Okay.
That makes
Nice.
sense.
Yeah. Oh,
So
perfect. Yeah. That's what we
yeah,
were
so
looking at.
like soon you'll probably start talking to potential people living in the property. And this is what you're gonna want to go over this with them.
Okay.
And you could totally you tweak it as well. This is just like treat it as a template basically.
Right.
Um that's another, like, if people are asking about the what's your application process or something like that, then you could go over this with them.
Okay.
So it's typically, hey, just fill out the contact us page on our website. From there, we'll interview you and the potential licensee, go over the house rules, stuff like that.
Okay. Perfect.
Especially when they start, like, a lot of times they'll have the potential, like, you know we call them licensee, but the tenants or whatever, the licensees. uh,
Right.
they'll be the ones that are reaching out to you and filling out the contact form. You want to go over, you want to have them go over that, either verbally or via email, and see how they react to that. If you get people that are like, you know, if they
Yeah.
disagree with some of those rules up front, that's
Yeah.
not going to be the right fit.
Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
get people like, oh, I'm not going to go through like a representative payee, like I'll just pay you. It's like, no, that's not what
Right.
that's the house rule. You're telling me you don't want to follow one of the house rules. So uh,
Right.
that's not a good sign.
Right. Right. Yeah, definitely.
Um, but let's all right, cool. So let's go over kind of the next steps and stuff that
Okay.
you guys can do. Um, again, congratulations, by the way. Absolutely crushing. You
Thank
guys
you.
definitely have you know, you're right where we want you to be.
Okay.
So continue. Well, let's see how this meeting goes on Wednesday. But
Okay.
if if this doesn't work out or what he just ends up being a lender or something like that or whatever, then the next big step is obviously going to be like finding an investor to work with or a rental.
Right.
Have you guys uh I think you answered it kind of already, but why are you is purchasing off the table? You guys don't want to purchase right now?
No, we would, but like that's what, we were saying it's that down payment cap. I'm between right now. That would be a tough to obtain. So that's why, yeah, if there were a solution for that, then yeah, purchasing would be the way we would prefer to go.
Okay. I don't know. It might be worth talking with a bank and see if you what you get pre-approved for if they have like low down payment programs. Um,
Right.
it won't hurt, but obviously
Right. Right.
the down payment is the downside to that.
Yeah.
Um, you guys, you should have this stuff. You have this stuff in your library, correct?
Right.
If you want to hear, if you want to hear the toughest investor pitch that I've ever done, you can listen to this live
Okay.
investor pitch. It's basically what Terrence is going to do with you guys on Wednesday. I did for him a couple years ago, and it was an Indian family, a father and two sons. So in sales, uh, you handle objections and questions the same exact way. Does that make sense?
No.
Well,
So
it does to me because I've done sales, but right, you can.
the way you handle it is going to be the same, like you'll have the same answer to, hey, what license do you guys need to have in order to do this? That's a question, right?
Mhm.
It could also come across as, oh, you need to have a license to do this, like what you're doing is illegal. Still have the same answer, but it's,
Oh,
object
right.
is like a little harder to deal with, right? Because the people are,
Right.
it's just harsh, right? So
Right.
these guys were like that. They had objections every step of the process. And so they were it was a brutal call. They were absolutely brutal to deal with. But by the end of it, they were sold on it because again, we just explained everything to them, right? And eventually it started to click for them. Um, and they wanted to work with Terrence. He ended up denying them just because they were so tough to deal with. So great decision on his part. But after going through that with me, he was just a master, and he went and found somebody else in like 2 weeks after this call. So
Oh, yeah.
this is a good one to listen to. As you guys see, most people, most of the times, you're not going to get objections. You might get questions, right? Like
Right.
no one at the meetup was like grilling you or be like, oh, what you're doing,
Right.
No.
right? Like you know, they were curious, they're asking questions, right? So,
Yep.
um, start to, who knows, maybe you don't have to do this ever again. Maybe the meeting on Wednesday is your deal. That'd be awesome. But if
Right.
not, listen to this. It might be good to listen to even before that, just so you can kind of hear it live.
Yeah.
So that's one. That's stuff to dig into. And if you still want to explore other opportunities, I would focus on that a lot with the real estate meetups. Um,
Okay.
it's not just landlords, right? So you will find
Right.
like
Yep.
like this guy who like he's a lender of some sort, right? There's
Right.
also You'll also find like wholesalers and people with off-market deals. You'll find people that are in construction, um, obvious, and then obviously landlords, investors.
Right.
Which one did you go to? Was it one on the meetup site like this?
Yeah.
Yes.
How many people were there?
I'm like, what it's pretty,
12, something like that.
maybe like, yeah, somewhere between 12 and 15 people. And I mean, so it was relatively small, but actually, like I said, was pretty, I guess, ideal. I mean, because even in that time frame with, the networking with, trying to get around to most of the people, that was at least, you know, more achievable with that smaller group. So it actually worked really well that it kind of was that, especially to start.
Yeah. Well, it looks like there's a bunch of them in your area.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This one, break the bubble.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This,
I'm, now see that one though. I think though, did that say break the bubble? You said?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And that one is not real estate oriented though. I don't, yeah. So
Yeah.
that one wouldn't maybe be, but I on the meetup, there are a ton that are specific real estate ones. So
Yeah, I would just keep just keep an eye out for this. You could usually get a feel for like what the popular ones are. That
yeah,
one, yeah, so this one is probably just general networking, even though it popped up with real estate.
right. Yeah. A lot of those are. I mean, I'm actually on now that signed up specific for the real estate ones on there. So I
Nice.
should be generating a lot of them.
There's usually the ones that they do at restaurants or bars at night, and
Yeah.
you see like maybe, you see a bunch of people signed up already. Those are usually fun. They're
Right.
a little
Yeah.
it's not like Shark Tank where you have to like pitch in front of
No.
everybody. It's just kind of hanging out.
Right. Exactly.
All right. So let's do that. And are you guys let's see. Do you have a CRM? Yeah, let's start there. Do you have a CRM?
CRM.
Yes.
I don't even know what's that referring to.
It's a no.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's
I guess that there's a no probably. Unless, I mean,
so
the sounds familiar, but we must not have
yeah, so let's give you like some just kind of some admin stuff, okay? So
Okay.
and I'll remind Terrence about this. We kind of work you through this stuff now, since you guys are the main goal, which takes some people, they struggle with it. You guys got it pretty quickly. It just being, you're confident, we're talking to these people, right? So
Right.
now let's start to think about kind of automating things and doing it at
Oh,
scale.
CRM. That's why I'm like,
For the
okay.
email?
Yes, for the emails. No. So yeah, we were sent the information to do that. So we were just getting our business account. We were having some issues with that
Uh-huh.
getting established, so that we could have the payment start coming out from that. But now we've got the bank account going, so we can definitely do that now.
Okay. So this is the CRM that we have been using. It's HubSpot. Does this look familiar?
Yep.
Let me make a note for Terrence. CRM, stuff like that. I'll have him resend you kind of like admin tasks. But
Okay.
if it and then did he tell you, did he bring up another CRM option?
I think just this one was the only one.
Okay. I need to follow up with him and see where it's at. But he's actually in the process of developing a CRM that's
Oh.
specifically for group home operators.
Oh, I think that's the one.
So, but the main thing, either HubSpot, his CRM, or you don't have to use these. There's a ton of different companies. Is just to be able to manage all of the contacts.
Okay.
And we've got so we have that mass list for you, and then we have
Right.
the copies going, or we have the copy written for you as well.
Okay.
So basically with this, you'd have to, get set up for it. He would have sent the plan that we recommend. I think it's called like the marketing plan or something like that. But
Okay.
you guys could be sending a weekly email to, I forget exactly how many contacts. It was probably at least a couple hundred, and
Right.
start to get like calls from these people, inquiries, etc. So
Okay.
that's something I recommend you guys start to do. It's just like, just boring admin work. You have to dig into the computer and sit in front of this and figure it out. It might take an hour or two, and then get the
Right.
email set up. Um, but at this point, with the Done With You program, the full one, this is what our VAs would be doing. And the goal now is to get the phone ringing, is get to
Right.
start to get inquiries and possibly build up that waiting list, and
Okay.
continue to get more contacts, right? You guys have
Right. Yep.
a couple of them, but uh,
Right.
you know, this is never ending. This stuff is never ending.
Right.
Um, I saw Terrence. Terrence gave you guys this. So there's the digital outreach, there's the emails. A lot of folks are just completely overworked, understaffed, or just, you're emailing or talking to a secretary that doesn't really follow up.
Right.
So this is another thing that we would want you to do at this point, is to start going in person to places.
Okay.
So he sent you this. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like shelters, also hospitals are going to be really tough to get in contact with. Um, get in contact with like digitally. They're just large and bureaucratic.
Right.
A lot of hospitals have programs like this where they're looking for housing as well.
Okay.
So, uh, yeah, look at all these shelters and stuff that pop up,
Right. Yeah. It's a
and
lot.
and these ones that are kind of like a large and bureaucratic. Salvation Army is an absolute awesome organization. Have you tried reaching out to them yet?
I don't know if we actually
No,
have yet.
not
I don't
yet.
believe so,
But I know where to reach out in Salvation Army. So
yeah.
Yeah.
there's the 1010 Curry Avenue shelter in Minneapolis. They also have a program called the ARC program and the Beacon program.
There we go. See, Jesse already knows.
Yeah,
Jesse's been marketing for years
yeah,
before this. Yeah, I don't know. They just caught my eye, but I know that in most cities, Salvation Army does have quite a few programs like that. And
okay,
they're just an awesome organization. They're one of the ones that
right,
I donate to them. They they're one of the ones that actually put a large percentage of like their funds goes to like actual programs for people,
right, yeah,
not just admin and
yeah,
salaries and stuff like that.
right,
So this is so look at all these. This is just a ton of shelters at places like that. So this is one where we would recommend you start kind of hitting the pavement a little bit as well,
okay.
depending on schedule. What's everybody's schedule like?
Well, it's kind right now, I guess it's kind of like,
Top suite.
yeah, I mean, between the three of us, but I mean, we can make, we definitely know like Wednesdays are usually pretty good at, certain times, and we can kind of figure out between three of us at least a couple days.
I'm usually pretty easy, Brandon.
Okay. Yeah, I would just go through this list and maybe map it out and try to hit a couple on the days that you guys have off together.
Okay.
So
What's that list? You gonna send it in the Discord?
He did send us,
yeah,
yeah.
it's in Terrence sent it, looks like a couple days
Mhm.
ago, but right here,
Yeah.
shelter listings.
Okay.
And then
So
other shows already.
and
We've
then
got
also you guys are starting to get like the follow-up, like the follow-up meetings, right?
Right.
That's when we want to closing the deal. Have you gone through this content by any chance?
The,
I have not gone through closing the deal.
Okay.
yeah, I have not yet either.
Especially once you guys get the property lined up, you have an open date. This is where building the relationship is makes kind of make it or break it, right? It's literally closing the deal, right? There's a couple different ways to say it, and Eric and Andy go through it here with one of our done with you clients. Um, hey, what are the next steps to working together? Basically, how can we get people in our house, sign the deal, get money into my bank account, closing the deal. You're
Okay.
you have to, throughout every step of the process, you have to professionally like force these people to do their job.
That's unfortunate.
Jesse's laughing because he understands.
I'm aware.
If you go
Right.
through, this is new addition to the gold course as well. I'll just show you guys. So this is a full email thread that our VA, started it, and then the client ended up, closing the deal. But you go through and read this and see how much follow-up is needed. This is
Okay.
this is the last half of the convo that shows you to the point where, a check is cleared, and every every step of the process. Where was this? Every single email we have to at least double email for every single part of the process. So, this is the meeting, the in-person meeting. We have to constantly, follow up on that. And then it just go through here and you'll see how much follow-up is needed to actually get a check in the account.
Um,
So go through this stuff. You're gonna, I'm telling you, it's shocking. Even the intro. So even
Wow.
this is the end of the email conversation to actually, get a check, right?
Right.
And then uh, in the beginning, you'll see even to just get the meeting with the places, we had to follow up about everything. Their schedule was mixed up, they forgot the meeting, they didn't respond. We literally follow up every single part of the process.
Right. Wow.
There's that. So go through that. So you guys could Danielle and Parker. Jesse, I could tell by his chuckle that he understands already. But um, get familiar with that. You guys are doing the introductions. You're confident. Now it's about like literally closing the deal eventually, right?
Right.
So that's some great stuff to read, get familiar with. Again, that's in this new section, step-by-step guide to secure funding. Excuse me. And read through this part, the follow-up, and closing the deal real life example.
Okay.
Then, and you're done with you deal content. I want you guys to, yeah, listen to the investor pitch and then the closing the deal. You could go through all this section, but this call with Andy and Eric and one of our clients is absolute gold. So
Okay.
she was a done with you client. We had done all the marketing. She had the property. She was getting meetings, and just for some reason, she wasn't getting people in the beds, right?
Huh.
So Andy, and Eric, it was mostly Andy and Eric, just dialed in with her to kind of zero in on, all right, what's going on? What are you asking them on the meetings? Like, how are you closing the deal? Are you asking for their business? And she
All
wasn't.
right.
She wasn't
Oh,
following up. She wasn't asking for business. She'd never really done sales or marketing before. She's got
right.
all these great relationships, right? But she's just literally not asking for the business, is what we found.
Right.
So on this call, Andy and Eric, we really just zero in on that, like how to close the deal with these organizations, how to get how
Okay.
to get contracts, how to get licensees and checks, right? How to get checks
Right.
account.
Yeah.
So
I have that.
after this call, she had the property filled up like 2 or 3 weeks after this call, after it
Okay.
being just empty for a month. So
Wow.
let's plan ahead. um, Start to get
Right. Right.
familiar with these concepts. So therefore, when you do have the property, we don't have the issue that Joyce had.
Right.
And I think
Okay.
you guys will kill it. I can already tell just speaking with you guys that you're confident, you're professional, doing great on the meetings according to Terrence. So yeah, just start to think about this stuff and planning
Yeah.
ahead. We want to kind of stay ahead of the work here.
Yep. Definitely. All right.
So it's yeah, that's the homework assignments, and then that that marketing stuff, the CRM, like get that, get the admin work done. Um, and then that stuff, the emailing, the automated emails, the in-person marketing, like that could be a full-time job for you guys if you have.
Right.
So it'll definitely keep you busy.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it will. So,
How
okay.
how are you guys doing with like the with the admin work and stuff like that? You keeping up with everything? Like following up with the emails and
Um, yeah, I mean, I know Parker was kind of doing that for a bit. I think probably needing to step it up a bit. Yeah.
so it's one thing you guys can start to think about uh is like maybe getting a virtual assistant or something like that.
Yeah.
If you want to learn about that, it's in the hiring your own team section. So yeah, me and Andy, we both have a couple different businesses, and um, it's we use outsourcing is the key to all of that.
Right.
We
Okay.
still sleep and stuff like that, but it's about finding good people. You know, like Amy, for example. She's been with me for like 8 years on and off. Started when I was doing real estate full time.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I even do a little bit of consulting with other like digital businesses to show them how to scale like an online business and how to find people like that. So
Oh,
uh, this will kind of go over that. So, you know, you'll probably start to think about that more once you start diving into HubSpot and setting up the emails and getting,
right.
response to the mass marketing and things like that. So,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
something to think about. All right, cool.
All
So
right.
ton of work to do. It's never ending. You guys are crushing it. You're doing awesome so far. I absolutely love that you went to the real estate meetup. I tell everybody to do that. Very few people actually do it and take me up
Hmm.
on it. So
Wow.
thank you. Uh, great, yeah, great job getting that connect. Terrence will handle the pitch for him on Wednesday. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully it sounds like it could be cool, a really cool
Right.
opportunity. Or completely
Yeah,
shady.
definitely.
Or completely shady. We will find out.
Yeah, right. That could be right. Maybe, yeah, maybe it is too good sounding to be true.
Yeah,
So,
but usually I don't know. You usually like it doesn't seem like the spidey senses went off for you guys. Like he seemed
no,
like it was legit.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, if we don't like the terms, we don't like the terms.
right.
So whether
Bingo.
whether it's full of shit or not, if the terms don't work out, I mean, that's what it really comes down to.
Perfect.
There's not going to be much of a. I mean, what can I sell? It either sells or it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. The main goal with that meeting on Wednesday is really just again get comfortable like speaking with these types of people, kind of see what questions they have. Most of the conversations all end up being pretty similar. So,
Right.
and
Okay.
then yeah, you got a bunch of stuff to work on after that. So,
Yeah.
you,
All
great
right.
job so
Sounds
far.
good.
Do you guys have any
Oh, all right.
questions for
Thanks,
me?
Brandon. No, I don't think so. We're
All right.
good.
I'll follow up with Terrence about the CRM. I'll get him a little more info on the investor thing. I think I have
Okay.
a better idea of what the guy's offering now. And we'll confirm that. So he'll be there on Wednesday. It was 10 a.m., right?
Yeah.
What time zone are you guys in?
Central.
Okay, cool. All right, perfect. I'll follow up with him. He'll check in with you in the Discord. And until next time.
Okay. Great.
All
Sounds
right.
good. Well, thanks, Brandon.
All right, great job. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.